Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. It is me, Jim, Sandman Mystery Media, and I'm here to do my last book haul of 2025. I ended up finding this incredible deal on eBay, believe it or not. Now, some of the books, are going to be reader beaters, and the hardbacks are book club editions, but it's still okay. It was like 60 some odd books for 45 bucks, free shipping. So way less than $1. I ordered this like a week before Thanksgiving. It just arrived today. So we're going to go through all this stuff, starting with the hardbacks and go through the stacks. There's some Star Trek stuff in there. I'm not going to keep that. And there's probably some doubles of stuff I already have, so I won't keep those. And when I get a big enough thing, I don't know. Comment below if I should do a book sale here on YouTube. Just blow books out at like $1 a pop or something. All right. The first book, though, I want to cover did not come from this. It came from some awesome booktubers here on YouTube. People like Sacred Fire Books, who I watch, and Liminal Spaces, and Pulp Mortem. They do all the paperback sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. And there were many others involved in making this book. But it's strange stories, weird fiction, kind of H.P. Lovecraft, some of it not. Mainly just pulp, stuff you'd read in the pulp mags. And they finally released it. I got it Saturday, but I'm not going to get to read it this year, so this will be on my TBR for 2026. It is Weird Frequencies. Look at that. Really nice cover. Great quality. You guys should get this. If you like strange fiction, if you like the pulps, get it. It's only $11.99 and on Amazon. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, free 1 day to 2 day shipping. So you can't beat it. It's like a drum with a hole in it. All right. I'm really looking forward to reading that. That seriously is on my to be read in 2026 because I've still got 2 books I haven't finished yet for this year. And one of them is C.L. Moore's Jurel of Johari or Giori, or however you say that, but it's Jurel, the character that inspired Red Sonja, So there you go. All right, now let's just dive right into it. The book haul. Let's do, like I said, we'll do the hardbacks. They're all book club editions, but cool. Flashing Swords number 5, which I needed. This volume has stories by Roger Zelazny, C.J. Cherry, Diane Duane, I've never read her, Craig Shaw Gardner, and Tanith Lee. So good names, and a great editor, edited by Lynn Carter. Next up, Jack Williamson, The Humanoid Touch. Looks like a nice, fun sci-fi book. And I've never heard of this book by Joe Haldeman. I loved Forever War, so I'm hoping this is good. Mind Bridge by Joe Haldeman. And Larry Niven, A World Out of Time. And lastly, for the hardbacks, Edmund Cooper, The Slaves of Heaven. And they're all, they're beat up, they're worn, but, hey, still nice reader copies, and for less than $1 each, people. All right, now, one thing I did notice, got a complete set of the E.E. Doc Smith Lensman series. We got book 1, Triplanetary. This is the Pyramid Edition. Not a big fan of the covers. And then these are early Pyramid editions. This is First Lensman. I like that art more. Galactic Patrol. Gray Lensman. That one's really cool. Second Stage Lensman. The spaceship getting blown up. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Or it's shooting a laser out. Hard to tell. And then lastly, Book 6, Children of the Lens. And it even had 2 of the extra books written by David Kyle, The Dragon Lensman, which I can't wait to read after I read those 6, because come on, it's a dragon. You know, and this stuff inspired Star Wars, this series from 1934. It inspired the Green Lantern Corps. So, I mean, how come Lensman gets a dragon Lensman, but there isn't a dragon Green Lantern Corps? Come on, don't tell me somewhere in the DC universe there's not a planet of sentient anthropomorphic dragons, people. There's got to be. And then we've got Lensman from Rigel. Great cover, too. All right. And then more fantasy. Book 1 of the Seven Circles trilogy. Douglas Niles, Circle at the Center. Looks like a thickie. Oh, not too bad. 388 pages. And then this I'm looking forward to. Tracy and Laura Hickman. I like their work on Dragonlance. Mystic Warrior, Book 1 of the Bronze Canticles. All right, some more E.E. Doc Smith over here with the Skylark of Space, Skylark 3, Skylark of Valeron, Valeron. So, yeah, I'm going to be E.E. Doc Smith out. Okay. Glenn Cook, you can't not like Glenn Cook. I mean, Black Company. Come on. This is by Questar Science Fiction. It's Passage at Arms by Glenn Cook. Should be fun. And then here's an oldie but a goodie from the Paperback Library by Alan Adler. Terra on Planet Ionis. Here's another old book. And I've never heard of the author, A.J. Merrick. The Frozen Planet. The original title was No Dawn and No Horizon. Kind of very Twilight Zone 70s kind of vibe there. Could be an interesting read. Now, this I already know I'm not keeping off the bat. It's Arthur C. Clarke, Imperial Earth. I've already explained why I don't support Arthur C. Clarke. This is the third Fuzzy novel. I remember reading the first one, Fuzzies and Other People by H. Beam Piper, so that should be fun. And then by Mark M. Lowenthal, The Crispin Magician. And this one, I think, is more horror than sci-fi or fantasy. The Deadly Deep, from the angry seas, the jaws of horror begin to devour all mankind. A novel of terrifying possibility by John Messman. Look at that cover. That's kind of Cthulhu-esque with all the tentacles and her hair all over the place. When did this come out? The Bloody Beachhead. 1976. And I believe this is a first printing. Too bad it does not say who the cover artist is, because that's kind of neat. I like that cover. I don't read much horror, but that I'll give a try. James Blish and Norman Knight, A Torrent of Faces. Berkeley, first time in paperback, a Berkeley medallion. This is Sand World by Richard Lupoff. All right, we got some Andre Norton here. I always like Andre Norton. I'm a big fan of the Beastmaster books, her two books, Beastmaster and Lord of Thunder, not the series. These are Ace FF editions. Knave of Dreams and Forerunner Foray. And then a Del Rey sci-fi book by M.J. Bennett, Where the Nylock. Cute little dragon-looking creature and cute little guy there too, so that should be a fun read. Then I was really happy to get this, Doc Savage, His Apocalyptic Life by Philippe Jose Farmer. Only book bagged in here, by the way. A Thieves World book, happy to have that. Number 5, The Face of Chaos. Excellent sci-fi series, all short stories by some of the best writers of the era. Edited by Robert Lynn Asprin and Lynn Abbey. Great stuff. Isaac Asimov's Fantastic Voyage, the novelization. Murray Leinster, this is an Ace book. SOS from Three Worlds, Super Medic for Interstellar Catastrophes, or Catastrophes. That's a neat cover. Very streamlined spaceship and all that. Very 50s kind of stuff. Okay, David Bischoff, book 3 of the Starhounds. This is the Macrocosmic Conflict. Star Trek, Windows to a Lost World. Not one I'm going to keep. I like Star Trek, the TV show. I'm not a Star Trek reader. This has got a bend to it by Major Books. It's the Space Scavengers by Cleve Cartmill. That should be interesting. And then in a paperback library edition of 8 Against Utopia. The original title was From Carthage Then I Came by Douglas R. Mason. And Frederick Pohl, Beyond the Blue Event Horizon. Paul Anderson, Let the Spacemen Beware. It's an Ace double. So we got Let the Spacemen Beware by Paul Anderson on that side. And then The Wizard of the Starship Poseidon by Kenneth Bulmer. These are always fun to get. And then Laser Books number 11 by Juanita Colson, Unto the Last Generation. James P. Hogan, Code of the Life Maker. Nice Del Rey. Oh, it's another Star Trek novel. That'll go in the pile over there. Uhura Song. Gordon Eklund, The Twilight River, and F. Paul Wilson, The Terry. This is 2 great novellas in a single volume. Binary Star, number 2. Cool. I saw these books on Liminal Spaces. Cool. I got one. Yay. All right. And this is Ace Science Fiction. It's got 15 short stories, 15 fascinating voyages through space and time, 10,000 light years from home, with an introduction by Harry Harrison. Oh, and I think all the stories are by James Tiptree Jr. Must be a collected edition of his stuff. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat, pretty neat. All right, and then we got a couple of DAWs here. CJ Cherry, The Dreamstone. Happy to have it. I like her writing. And then Marion Zimmer Bradley, Darkover Landfall, book 1 of the saga of Darkover. And still looking nice and yellow there. So can't complain, can't complain. Yeah, less than $1 a piece. It's like somewhere around 50 to 70 cents a book. I can't complain. This, I love the cover on it. I read this a long time ago. I still have the first part, which was Secret of the Five Magics. This is Del Rey Ballantyne, Secret of the Sixth Magic by Lyndon Hardy. Look at that cover. That's good stuff right there, man. Yeah. Oh, this is a double for me. The Third Book of Swords. I have that already. That can go in the gotta go bye-bye pile. Pyramid Books, a Sax Rohmer novel. Shadow of Fu Manchu. Very pulpy. I like that. Happy to get that. And then Murray Leinster, The Grecs Bring Gifts. I read the blurb on the back about this. This looks like a fun read because nothing in life is free. A. Merritt, The Face in the Abyss. Looks like a Nephilim to me. Should be a fun read. Inflation Fighter Fantasy #1, Tower at the Edge of Time by Lynn Carter. Unbeatable books at unbeatable prices. Very generic cover. This looks like when you used to go to the supermarket and they'd have just the white bag with the blue label saying potato chips because they're generic. Generic fantasy. All right. Let's grab the next stack here. Jack C. Chalker. I like him. This is book 3, Soul Rider. Book 3 of Masters of Flux and Anchor. Interesting. You may have to try to track down the rest. Volume 1 of Durini Rising by Catherine Kurtz. I'm familiar with her. Another E.E. Doc Smith book, The Clockwork Trader. Cool. All right. Here we go. This is the second Fuzzy book, Fuzzy Sapiens, Volume 2. Okay. But no little fuzzies or little fuzzy. Okay, there's 2 more Star Trek books here. 2 and 4. Those go in the bye-bye pile. Ace Science Fiction, Wild Wraith's Last Battle by Phyllis Ann Carr. This looks like some high fantasy druidic stuff. I'd definitely be interested in reading this. Got L. Sprague de Camp here. The Rogue Queen. From out of the sky came the magic. From out of the hive came the queen. This is definitely beat up, but it's still very readable. And that is a signet. And then this is the new Star Trek Experience, World Without End, by Joe Haldeman. Interesting. All right. Unfortunately, yeah, that's going to the get rid of pile. And then, Paperback Library, Analog 1, 8 Superb Science Fiction Adventures, edited by John W. Campbell. Mr. Who Goes There himself. Awesome. That'll be fun. E.E. Doc Smith, The Skylark in Space. Got it. That'll go into the get rid of pile. I didn't get this one. The Space Hounds of IPC, the Interplanetary Corporation by Doc Smith. Okay. Uh, the Time Mercenaries. This is another ace double, by the way, guys. The Time Mercenaries. And then on the other side, Anthropol by Louis Trimble. And then The Time Mercenaries is by Philip E. High. That cover, he almost looks like he kind of be high, huh? Always good to get ace doubles, even if they're reader beaters, you know? Oh, two more Star Trek novels. Devil World. That'll go in the goodbye-bye pile. First time published Star Trek The New Voyages, edited by Sandra Marshak and Myrna Colbreth. Special introductions by the cast of Star Trek, forward by Gene Roddenberry. Wow. They were really pushing it. I was just checking, but there's no signatures. But I had to check. You know, with that much crap going on, maybe someone took it somewhere, got it signed. But that can go with all the Star Trek goodies, which actually is quite a bit. 2, 4, 6, 7 Star Trek novels. I know there's a ton of them. All right. And then the last 2 books in this. This is one of those small ace sci-fi books. The Day That California Became the Second Atlantis by Robert Moore Williams. Look at the horror on that face. I love the colors. Everything's popping. This is just a beautiful little book. Groovy. And then, hey, you can't go wrong with McFadden Books, A.E. Van Vogt, The Voyage of the Space Beagle. Oh, yeah. Great stuff for about 60 cents a book, man. Don't you think? Like, hit the comments below, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have friends who like books and want to hear reviews on pulp, weird fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, and obscure pulp heroes, as well as cult movies, punk and 80s new wave music, old serials, you know, the cliffhanger serials, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode.